Welcome to the Exam Coach 11 Plus Exam Daily Vocab Show, where we build your 11 Plus Exam vocabulary one word at a time. Today's word is irrelevant. It is pronounced irrelevant, and it is spelt irrelevant. Irrelevant means not connected or not related to something. It means that something's not important or doesn't have any bearing on something else that you might be discussing. So, for example, you could say playing video games is irrelevant to your 11 plus preparation. Now, I know that might have touched a nerve with a few of you metaversers and PS5ers out there, but I think that's a fair comment. Some other examples, some perhaps nicer examples of how you could use the word irrelevant, some less controversial examples are as follows. His opinion was irrelevant to the discussion. You could also say the tiny details of the story are irrelevant. The main point of the story matters most. Now that depends, because in your 11 plus comprehension, actually, the tiny details of the story are important in certain questions, and also the main point of the story will be important in particular questions. It depends on what the question is asking, of course. Here's a fun fact about the word irrelevant. The word irrelevant comes from the Latin word irrelevans, which means not relevant. So, even over the past 2,000-ish years, this word really hasn't changed much in its core meaning. Just its spelling and pronunciation has changed a little bit. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever packed your suitcase? Well, if you have, and you've gone on holiday to a place with an extremely hot climate or an extremely cold climate, you may have made the mistake of packing some irrelevant items. For example, if you were going to a very hot country and you packed a big woolly fleece, well, it might not have had much usage unless the evenings got a bit chilly. In the same way, if you were going up the mountains on a skiing holiday and you packed a set of flip-flops, well, you're not going to be using them outside in the snow, so they could have been a little bit irrelevant for the slopes. Maybe poolside if there was an indoor swimming pool near you. There you go. We've just discussed some irrelevant items that might be taken on holiday. Some synonyms for irrelevant are unimportant, unrelated, extraneous, and unconnected. Some antonyms for irrelevant are relevant, important, and related. Impress your friends and family by using your new word today. Irrelevant. Have a top day ahead, and we'll be back tomorrow at the same time for another Exam Coach 11 Plus Exam Daily Vocab Show.